Hey YouTube, I know it's been like a week or something, or 2 weeks, since I made a video. Well, this makes 2 weeks. So this video is week 8, or 7. I think it's 7, never mind, week 7. So it's been 7 weeks now, and I wish you could see that. It's not like super better. I have this, I have like tons of little stuff here, like a big, it's like a little big cyst. It's not like huge. It could be worse. It's just not. It's not as bad as it could be. Here, right there. Little things, just little things all over here. This pretty much has nothing except like a tiny little, like, I don't know what that is. It's just really teeny tiny, but nothing here is on my face. And here I have nothing up here, but see that? There's something right there. And it's actually it's like getting bigger. And then there's nothing on this side. It's a little bitty thing here, and then this, a few on my chin and down here. This little stuff. My nose has been acting up. I mean, there hasn't been any like pimples or anything yet, thank God. But it hasn't had like anything besides blackheads in a while, like a really long time, and now all of a sudden there's little white heads and there's little things all over it, and that's really bothering me, but whatever. I had 2 big cysts here, which have gone down dramatically, and really nothing up here except that right there. Now you can see my face. See, it looks like I have stuff right here, but that's just scarring because there's nothing there at all. That's just scarring. All of this is not scarring. Not scarring, not scarring. Mostly all scarring. And nothing back there. Yeah. So, I mean, there hasn't really been a big difference in anything that I'm doing. For yesterday. Yesterday, or this weekend, my sister and me and my mother were out at the mall, and we kind of got stopped by the lady who, or one of the people who work for Onsen, or I'm just gonna say Onsen. You can look it up. It's just like Onsen. I don't know what the whole like web page says, but it's ONSEN, and it was a skincare line, and it's like very natural stuff. So we ended up picking it up. It actually costs because we got 2 bottles of, it was a facial peel and a moisturizer, and usually we had just got off of Sephora because we got something for my mother, and so we just spent like $60, and so I was kind of like, ugh, this lady with skincare was stopping us, but she ended up giving us a deal, which, if this stuff works, it's a deal, because if not, well, then obviously we still paid money. But for each bottle of this facial peel and this cleanser, each bottle costs $130. But she gave both of the bottles to us for $60, well, including tax. And she gave us 2 facial bars, one for the facial, one for the body, of soap. And it was a nice big chunk of soap too. And the soaps are 2 for $15. So we got all of that for $60 plus tax. It was like 63 or 65. And it's just like, wow, I don't know why she had given us this, but I know she stopped us because of me. Like, she stopped me when we were walking out of Sephora, and she grabbed my hand, and I was like, oh my gosh, and she was just like going on my arm, and she was like, look at this, and like, like, what are you doing? But she did say it was supposed to be really good for acne, and I think that's why she stopped me, because obviously I have really bad acne. So whatever, I teach their own, and maybe it's gonna work, maybe it's gonna do something. But the facial peel is only once a week, and I used it last night, and my face does look nicer a little bit. Like, it has, like, some of the stuff actually has gone down since yesterday, and it is a lot smoother. Because when she had used it on my arm, and it felt like a baby's bottom after she had done both of those two little step stuff, and I was just like, oh my god, like, what is this? Because we weren't gonna buy it, and we ended up buying it, obviously. And even my sister, she doesn't have much as bad face as I do, like not even close, but she does have acne. She has it more on the normal side, like her face is more normal for acne stuff and not acne stuff than I am, because I had acne when I was in elementary. I started having acne when I was in 4th grade, and that should have been a problem and like a telltale sign to my parents, but they're just like, oh, you're going through puberty really, really fast. That's all it is. Yeah, but it lasted from 4th grade to now. I've never not had a clear face. Like, yeah, pretty sad. Whatever. And my sister has never had to deal with that. My sister really got acne like last year, and um, she's in high school right now, so she's barely had to deal with acne probably since um, in the middle of middle school, so 7th, 8th grade. That's it. Like, that's it. And her face is not even bad. So to prevent her to getting anything near this, my mother was like, well, let's try something new for you, for my sister, so that hopefully we can just prevent it altogether. And I feel like I'm the guinea pig in the family, because my mother also did not know how to give me the right makeup. My mother did not know how to do anything. I mean, she was taught one way, and she never diverted from that way. Like, she just stayed on that one path, on that one road. Like, her mother gave her one type of foundation, so she used that one type of foundation for, like, she never diverted from that road. And then the foundation her mother gave her was not even her color, and I don't even know if she picked it or my grandma picked it out for her, because my mom's like, oh, well, I'm going to give you this color. To me, she's like, I'm going to give you this color because I wear it, your grandma wears it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know anything about foundation or makeup at the time, and I was just like, oh, okay, alright, whatever. My mother is darker than me, and my grandma is darker than my mom. So, and then my sister's really pale. I don't know, whatever. And so I tried it, and I did it, and I thought, oh, yay, I'm gonna look pretty or whatever. But I did have like a tinge of orange because it's not my color. And so it was horrible when I was at school, and like these girls that were blunt. I mean, they weren't my friends, but they weren't not my friends. Like, they were kind of like acquaintances, and they hanged out with my friends. Especially this one girl. She's very blunt, but a little too hyper to hang out with on a daily basis. She was like, oh, hey, how's it going? And, hey, why is your face all orange? I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, your face is like always orange. I'm like, oh, wow. That's when I got embarrassed and really had looked up makeup and found out that the color is completely wrong, and my mother's wearing the wrong color. If it's my grandma's color, then that's my grandma's color. Like, and then come to find out, with my grandma, she changes hers all the time. Like, she gets darker, she gets lighter, she changes it all the time. So my mother was the one who didn't understand and never tried to understand. So that's the thing, that I feel like I'm a guinea pig, because that instance, like, I had to figure out everything on my own. If I didn't figure anything out, she would have done the same thing to my sister. And now that she's had to deal with all that stuff with me, like, that I had to teach myself in tons of stuff. Now she's a little bit more wary, and now she's like, okay, well, for Sabrina, we need to figure everything out. That's what my sister's name is, Sabrina. So yeah, um, it's I hate it. I hate it because even when I screamed and yelled about my face, and like I needed a change in this because it was getting way too. It was just so bad. And she just looked at me like, oh, what do you want me to do? Like, I feel bad for you, but like, mm. And then they would go on about like, oh, well, your dad had bad acne too when he was younger. Yeah, I never knew him back when he was younger, but whatever. Like, my dad would be like, yeah, I had bad acne here. Well, I don't have just bad acne here. I have bad acne here and here and here and here and here. Like, this isn't the same thing. And then my mom's like, oh, I had bad acne too. I look at pictures of her. She does not, I don't know where her bad acne is. Yes, she said that she might have had a lot of blackheads because her face is really oily, and a telltale sign of oily skin is blackheads. But other than that, I don't understand what else could possibly be bad. So, yeah. I mean, she could have had a few pimples here and there, but most of her pictures have nothing in them. And, yeah, so they never listened to me. Well, my dad kind of did, but, my mom never listened to me that I needed a doctor probably a lot sooner when I was a lot younger and less informative of the medications, because now I don't want anything to do with dermatologists because they want to push me on Accutane, and I know Accutane could possibly help it. Could possibly. But the thing is, I'm allergic to tons of different stuff. Like, most of the time I can't use natural stuff. So I had to be really careful with this onsen stuff. So thankfully I was okay with that. I can't I can't even use the EOS lip balm because I'm allergic to whatever's inside it. Like, I was fixing to buy one and I tried it out because it was like open or whatever, and I just tried it on like the back of my arm, and I was just like, oh, I thought it was gonna have like a really moisturizing kind of feel to it. No, it just made my whole skin like burn and like turn pink all over with my veins like popping out all around it. And I was like, oh my god, yeah. And medication, super allergic to different medication. I just became allergic or like lactose intolerant like a year and a half ago out of nowhere. Especially when my parents are lactose intolerant, and I was always like really big into like milk and cheese and dairy products, and now I can't. No, can't eat those no more. So I'm not sickly now. I get really allergic. I'm just allergic to a lot of different stuff. So if I did not know, and my parents don't know anything I'm really allergic to either, because I want to take an allergy test that thinks it's painful or whatever. But I want to know what I'm allergic to because that's growing. The list is growing. So they said like I'm thankful that I never did take it, but I wish that he would have taken me to a dermatologist faster, even though the skin products that they want to give me or wanted to give me can cause cancer and can cause this and can cause that, and that I'm allergic to them too. And then they only ask, "Oh, are you allergic to anything?" And I mean, the first thing we would always say is like, "Oh no," because we didn't think I was allergic to anything, but I am. I am. Yeah. So whatever. I'm living. And my eyes are weird. I'm sorry. And my hair is a mess, and this is a mess. But I know I hadn't made a video, and I should have made a video at least last week, but I didn't have time. And you know how that goes. Busy, 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 busy. So besides the onsen, the last thing I would say is that I'm also getting a foundation from the HD Foundation. Also, I'm getting that in through Sephora.com, and I'm running out of time, so I guess that is it. And I will see you guys next week, hopefully. Bye!